Chapter 3, The Work of the Divine Architect. The Yogi philosophy teaches that God gives to each individual a physical machine adapted to his needs, and also supplies him with the means of keeping it in order, and of repairing it if his negligence allows it to become inefficient. The yogis recognize the human body as the handiwork of a great intelligence. They regard its organism as a working machine, the conception and operation of which indicates the greatest wisdom and care. They know that the body is because of a great intelligence, and they know that the same intelligence is still operating through the physical body, and that as the individual falls in with the working of the divine law, so will he continue in health and strength. They also know that when man runs contrary to that law, inharmony and disease result. They believe that it is ridiculous to suppose that this great intelligence caused the beautiful human body to exist, and then ran away and left it to its fate, for they know that the intelligence still presides over each and every function of the body, and may be safely trusted and not feared. That intelligence, the manifestation of which we call nature or the life principle, and similar names, is constantly on the alert to repair damage, heal wounds, knit together broken bones, to throw off harmful materials which have accumulated in the system, and in thousands of ways to keep the machine in good running order. Much that we call disease is really a beneficent action of nature designed to get rid of poisonous substances which we have allowed to enter and remain in our system. Let us see just what this body means. Let us suppose a soul seeking a tenement in which to work out this phase of its existence. Occultists know that in order to manifest in certain ways the soul has need of a fleshly habitation. Let us see what the soul requires in the way of a body, and then let us see whether nature has given it what it needs. In the first place, the soul needs a highly organized physical instrument of thought, and a central station from which it may direct the workings of the body. Nature provides that wonderful instrument, the human brain, the possibilities of which we, at this time, but faintly recognize. The portion of the brain which man uses in this stage of his development is but a tiny part of the entire brain area. The unused portion is awaiting the evolution of the race. Secondly, the soul needs organs designed to receive and record the various forms of impressions from without. Nature steps in and provides the eye, the ear, the nose, the organs of taste and the nerves whereby we feel. Nature is keeping other senses in reserve, until the need of them is felt by the race. Then, means of communication between the brain and the different parts of the body are needed. Nature has wired the body with nerves in a wonderful manner. The brain telegraphs over these wires instructions to all parts of the body, sending its orders to cell and organ, and insisting upon immediate obedience. The brain receives telegrams from all parts of the body, warning it of danger, calling for help, making complaints, etc. Then the body must have means of moving around in the world. It has outgrown the plant-like inherited tendencies, and wants to move on. Besides this, it wants to reach out after things and turn them to its own use. Nature has provided limbs, and muscles, and tendons, with which to work the limbs. Then the body needs a framework to keep it in shape, to protect it from shock, to give it strength and firmness, to prop it up, as it were. Nature gives it the bony frame known as the skeleton, a marvelous piece of machinery, which is well worthy of your study. The soul needs a physical means of communication with other embodied souls. Nature supplies the means of communication in the organs of speech and hearing. The body needs a system of carrying repair materials to all of its system, to build up, replenish, repair and strengthen all the several parts. It also needs a similar system whereby the waste, refuse matter may be carried to the crematory, burned up and sent out of the system. Nature gives us the life-carrying blood, the arteries and veins through which it flows to and fro performing its work, the lungs to oxygenize the blood and to burn up the waste matter. The body needs material from the outside, with which to build up and repair its parts. Nature provides means of eating the food, of digesting it, of extracting the nutritious elements, of converting it into shape for absorption by the system, of excreting the waste portions. And, finally, the body is provided with means of reproducing its kind, and providing other souls with fleshly tenements. It is well worth the time of anyone to study something of the wonderful mechanism and workings of the human body. One gets from this study a most convincing realization of the reality of that great intelligence in nature. He sees the great life principle in operation. He sees that it is not blind chance, or haphazard happening, but that it is the work of a mighty intelligence. Then he learns to trust that intelligence, and to know that that which brought him into physical being will carry him through life, that the power which took charge of him then, has charge of him now, and will have charge of him always. As we open ourselves to the inflow of the great life principle, so will we be benefited. If we fear it, or trust it not, we shut the door upon it and must necessarily suffer.